If you follow the elections here in the UK, you will see many techniques we can use in our security awareness messaging. And these are basic sales and marketing techniques that influence people to reinforce or change behaviours. Does that sound familiar? This election is like an awareness campaign on hyperspeed, and changing behaviours takes time. I want to go through some of the obvious techniques being used. Let me know if anything has been missed. Slogans. Change. This is the keyword that the Labour Party uses in all of its messaging. This strong, positive reinforcement of a single phrase or word helps communicate a simple message. The Conservative Party are using clear plan, bold action, secure future. The Tories love 3 short phrases. They've used them since COVID. There's probably some science behind it, but for me, it's not as strong as a single simple word or phrase. In your awareness campaign, you could use secure, safe, compliance, vigilance. Secure together is a short phrase I've used in the past. The messages. With any awareness campaign, you will know your key messages. Think before you click, report phishing emails, wear your ID card. These are the key messages you want to convey to your colleagues. Sir Keir Starmer, Labour leader and the favourite to be the next Prime Minister, is trying to show that he's of humble working class origins and not part of the elite. To do this, he tells everyone that his father was a toolmaker.
My dad was a toolmaker.
My dad was a toolmaker.
He was skilled as a toolmaker, highly skilled.
And your dad, I think it's right to say, was a toolmaker?
He was a toolmaker, yeah.
If you follow UK politics and elections closely, you'd have heard him say this many times, and it even got a laugh from the audience at one of the latest debates.
But when I grew up, my dad was a toolmaker. He worked in a factory. It's true.
The people who attend these debates are engaged users. In your workplace, these would be the equivalent of the people who like your content, read your messages, and engage with your content. They know what your messages are, and they are typically not the most vulnerable users. At the end of the most recent TV debate, there was a poll that asked how many people know what Keir Starmer's father did for a living. The information is cutting through, as they call it, but it has a long way to go. The survey found that after the debate, 73% of those asked have no idea what Keir Starmer's father did. You can expect him to say these lines for a while. Indeed, yesterday I heard him say, slightly modified, "My father worked in a factory." Remember this when it feels like you're repeating the same messages over and over. You need to keep reminding people what to do. It takes time to cut through, and behaviour change doesn't happen overnight. We have to keep repeating ourselves. Images and branding. Look at the consistent use of colours. Blue for the Conservatives, red for Labour, light blue for Reform, yellow for the Lib Dems and green for Green. Consistent branding in everything they do means that more often than not, you know who the messaging is without even seeing a logo. This is what you should be doing. Build your brand and expand upon it. If you aren't allowed to brand stuff internally, do it anyway until you get told off. And if you get told off, just use the same colours in everything you do or the same font. Sneak it in gradually so it becomes part of the fabric. That's what I've done, and it upset the branding team, but by that point it was everywhere. Manifesto versus contract. All parties except Reform have a manifesto. This sets out their plans and what they want to achieve if they are elected to lead Parliament. Reform has a contract, and they call it a contract because people associate a manifesto with lies. That's what they say. Well, let me ask you something. What do people associate with the word training? What do people associate with the words mandatory training? We should drop the words training and mandatory from our outbound comms. For our compliance commitments, those words have to stay, but that doesn't mean that we need to present them to the workers of our business. How about we call it coaching, development, education, orientation? What I do know is that every single decision and angle that these political parties are taking has probably been through a focus group and assessed to be the best. If you have a champions network, use them as a focus group and ask for feedback. Try A/B testing with different audiences and ask for user feedback on most things you do. But take it with a thick skin. Those who shout the loudest aren't always right. Thanks for watching. That'll do.